Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's another edition of Dickinson Sunday. Hope you had a great week, and hopefully staying warm with all these bitter cold temperatures coming down on at least most of us here in the US. But let's get started, okay? So this one starts out, one sister have I in our house. One sister have I in our house, and one a hedge away. There's only one recorded, but both belong to me. One came the road that I came, and wore my last year's gown. The other, as a bird her nest, builded our hearts among. She did not sing as we did, it was a different tune. Herself to her a music, as bumblebee of June. Today is far from childhood, but up and down the hills I held her hand the tighter, which shortened all the miles. And still her hum the years among deceives the butterfly. Still in her eye the violets lie, mouldered this many May. I spilt the dew, but took the morn. I chose the single star from out the wide night's numbers. Sue evermore. Forevermore, excuse me. Sue forevermore. I messed that up. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, Sue is her sister-in-law, her brother's wife. There is a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation that Sue had an affair with Emily. There's kind of that, was Emily lesbian? Was she bisexual? We'll never know. But there's letters to her and Sue back and forth. They wrote to each other all the time. There's actually a book I'm reading right now called Open Me Carefully, with at least majority of Emily's letters to Sue. Some can be a little provocative. Some say it's just how Emily was as a person. She was very, I can't think of the word, but just like very affectionate with people. But she really loved Sue, and Sue really loved her. Sue was a vital part of the family. So this poem is about Sue. But of course she refers to her as sister, so maybe not the best analogy if you want to think that they had an affair together. But she of course is referring at the beginning, one sister have I in our house and one a hedge away. So she grew up with a sister named Lavinia. She had two siblings, Austin and Lavinia. Lavinia was her sister, and then Sue, of course, when she married Austin, became another sister-in-law. So that's who she's talking about, but you can definitely feel the friendship, the affection that she has for her. And even bringing up like the childhood, like today is far from childhood, but up and down the hills, I held her hand the tighter, which shortened all the miles. That's a really nice stanza. You know, they were just really good friends. You know, you never know what happened, I guess. I kind of think maybe there was something going on there, but you kind of have to read a little bit more than just this poem to really get that. But and you know, she also, an interesting stanza to me is, she did not sing as we did, it was a different tune. Herself to her a music, as bumblebee of June. So that basically her, you know, she's different from Lavinia, but it's fine. I think that's how I read that. So I think it's just a really affectionate poem. But it is interesting to kind of dive down into Emily and Sue's relationship. You know, and there's also, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but there's also kind of a lot of drama after Emily died and they discovered her poems, and Sue wanted to publish some, but then Lavinia was mad about that, and then there is just a whole thing. So really, you know, it was a really close-knit family, especially her and Sue, so it's kind of interesting to read about. But anyway, I'm gonna not talk anymore about that, getting off my tangent here. Okay, this next one's a lot shorter. It begins, the guest is cold, the guest is gold and crimson, an opal guest and gray, of ermine in his doublet, his capuchin gay. I hope I said that right. He reaches town at nightfall. He stops at every door. Who looks for him at morning? I pray him to explore the lark's pure territory or the lapwing's shore. So I looked up what ermine was. It's basically a weasel. So I don't know what that's about. And then capuchin, I hope I'm saying that right. I looked up initially and it was bringing me up to capuchin monkeys. And then I just looked up capuchin definition. It's basically a friar. Like in the, not like a frying pan, but like a friar as a person. So I kind of think like maybe it's like this weasel and a bird, because she ends it with the lark's pure territory or the lapwing shore. And then maybe a friar is a person gonna. I'm really having a tough time determining this. So if y'all want to comment and say what you think it's about, obviously, please do. That's kind of what this is about. Just kind of comment your opinions on this. But essentially, I don't know. Some of her poems do that to me. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I mean, you can look up words and try to, connect them, but this one, she might be talking about just, a metaphor for a weasel, maybe being annoyed at someone coming to the door, something like that. It could be something like that. So just let me know what you think in the comments. So, but thank you once again for joining today. And please comment, share, get this page to explode as much as it can anyway. And hope you have a great week. And stay warm out there. I know it's really cold, as I said earlier, in most parts of the country. And have a great week. You got this. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.